So when it comes to watching the crypto market, well, let's start with the stock market. So when it comes to watching the stock market, it's good to, pick a ticker that allows you to gauge the overall sentiment for the market. So VIX would be one of those. VIX would be one of those tickers where I use VIX to gauge not only volatility, but, overall sentiment as far as the market is concerned. And so when you're looking at crypto, I think it's important to do the same thing. And I must credit one of my chart masters, one of my homies, Mario, who told me to check out this particular, um, I'll just call it a ticker for uh, to keep it simple. So total is the ticker for that represents the total market cap for the crypto arena. And so he told me to check this one out. So I figured I'd do a video breakdown on this one and, kind of get a gauge for, where crypto might be headed. Of course, this is not any type of investment advice or anything like that. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Like I said in my previous videos, I really, really enjoy looking at charts and breaking them down and, developing ideas about where I think the price may be headed in the future, whether it be near term or short term, near term or long term. And of course, this is Lance, co founder of BH Capital Enterprises, where basically I teach people how to navigate the markets using price action. In my area of experience is in reading charts. So I teach people how to read charts. But let's jump into crypto total market cap. So let me say, I'm not the most comfortable when it comes to using TradingView. I do most of my charting on Thinkorswim, but Thinkorswim is very limited when it comes to crypto, where you can only pretty much look at a chart for Bitcoin and Ethereum, as far as I know. So TradingView, getting into crypto has forced me to uh, step outside of my comfort zone and in more than one way. So TradingView is one of those things. So please bear with me. But anyway, this is a monthly chart for the total. And as you can see, we have some weakening momentum, weakening bullish momentum over here, but it still has a nice, some nice bullish sentiment in my opinion. But what I suspected is that uh, total is kind of, maybe range bound overall. You see here, for, excuse me, for the longest time, it just kind of consolidated, popped up a few times, but here is really, really where it took off. So, between September or pretty much last summer to up until April of this year, like crypto just went bananas. And so May and pretty much the summer, crypto has been kind of chilling. But it seems to have found some support here in the what's that, about 1.43 trillion dollar mark. I'm just gonna go ahead and uh, do a trend line here, and there we go. So here we have some support on the monthly chart, and you can see where over the past couple of months it's been mostly bullish. However, if you take a look at this March candle, March of this year, you'll see that the high was 1.872 trillion. And then the close for this candle was 1.823 trillion. So not very far off from the high. But as you can see, for this month of August, it has been really, really struggling to get past that level. So as far as the monthly chart is concerned, once I see um, once I see the total market cap able to hold above March's high and close and high, then maybe we, cooking with something here. But I'm just going to draw another trend line here, just to kind of represent, that range bound price action that I was referencing a few minutes ago. So I think that's a little crooked. There we go. Looks better. All right, so this is what we're looking at, as far as total is concerned, for sure, especially for the duration of this month, be looking for that 1.87 level to see if total can push and hold above that area. Right now, it is at 1.2, 1.82. I'm sorry, and then okay, 1.87. 1.82. Okay, so we're looking at pretty much between 1.823 and 1.872 area, and right now it's at 1.827. So just a bit above March's close price, but like I said, it's still been struggling to maintain above that level. And so far, the high for this month has been 1.932. And as you can see, it faded back below that area pretty rapidly. And as far as the monthly chart is concerned, once it's able to hold above that March area, that March candle, then I can definitely see it going back over 2 trillion. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Um, let's take a look at the actually, let me get, I think it's some kind of way to get a screenshot on this thing. Here we go. No, I'm not even gonna worry about it really. So yeah, let's look at the weekly chart. All right, so weekly chart, you can kind of see where the price has been range bound mostly between, I would say, about 2.15 trillion and on down to around that 1.3536 trillion. And that's where the price is, or has been situated, pretty much since February 15, that the week of February 15. Um, but what I'm noticing here with the momentum is that we got weakening bearish momentum. So definitely pay attention to this momentum on this weekly chart. And it's very possible that the price may not break out above this until we get some more bullish sentiment in this momentum. But this momentum is going to be key, in my opinion, to whether or not the price is able to break out above that 1.83 or 82 to 87 area. So the way it's looking right now, this thing can keep consolidating for a little bit. But like I said, over the next few weeks or so, we should see we should get some clarification on this momentum as far as whether it's going to remain bearish and keep kind of dipping down toward that zero line, or if it's gonna get stronger and go bullish on us. But once it does go bullish on us, then like I said, I have no doubts that it's gonna head back toward 2 trillion. And I identified that level on the monthly chart. So 2 trillion, and then we'd be looking at that two point teens area. So like 2.12 on up to toward 2.18, 19, somewhere in there. Um, Quite a bit of static in there from what I'm observing right now. But really, the overall trend here on this weekly chart is that it's just consolidating, so it's range bound. So we're definitely looking for signs of a breakout or a breakdown. And in my opinion, a breakdown, and entering into phase 4 of the market cycle, which would be a markdown. Um, the price total market cap would have to dive below 1.27 trillion. So I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna draw another trend line, and I'm just gonna uh, probably just make this a different color. No, I do not wish to. Let's just do that. Like a no, I don't want to do reddish since the candle is red. Let's just do orange. So this orange trend line basically represents what I believe to be a transition into phase for the market cycle. As far as a transition into um, or the price cycling back to a bullish phase of the market cycle, it really has to get above 2.2 trillion in my opinion. 2.2 trillion and really on up to 2.4 trillion. But I'd give it a little bit of leeway as far as that is concerned. But I'm gonna draw another trend line here. That's one thing that I ain't so bad about or bad at when it comes to trading view is drawing trend lines. Okay, there we go. All right, so um, as you can see, those two levels encapsulate more of that price action that I told you about. Like I said, I just feel like sentiment is pretty much unchanged as long as it remains in this area. Um, I don't necessarily see any sort of pattern or anything like that at the moment, but I do see for sure an area that I would certainly keep an eye on is this trend line here, and I'm going to make that black for sure. So watch this area on this weekly chart. Definitely look to see if the price can beat this downward trend line. But so far, this first test of this area, we saw a hard rejection down toward the lower range of this channel. And then now this week we're getting a second test of that area on weakening bearish momentum. So, like I said, it could go either way at this point, but if this momentum doesn't continue along the trajectory that it is currently, it's going to need to continue to weaken. Then this thing could either consolidate out of here or it could head back down toward 1.4 trillion, the 1.4 trillion area, and maybe even lower than that. With crypto, I'm just now kind of getting into trading crypto, and so I'm trying to get used to the volatility. And so, things that I'm totally comfortable with saying when it comes to volatile stocks, crypto is a little different in that respect. You know what I'm saying? So, Ethereum, I mean, 200 points overnight. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see that often with SPX. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by the differences. But anyway, this is definitely a trend line that I would keep an eye on when it comes to this weekly chart. And I think I'm going to for sure post this in my group chat for sure. All right, so we'll have that to refer to. All right, so let's take a look at the daily chart. All right, so daily chart, you can see get a better sense for that trend line there. Also, that consolidation that I spoke about. Um, you can see that here today, that candle attempted a breakout. So it attempted a breakout yesterday, but failed. Today it pivoted the other way, and the price closed just back inside of or below this diagonal trend line or this bearish trend line. So definitely be watching for the next candle to see if that sentiment continues and it moves down inside of here. But it looks like total on a day-to-day basis is transitioning into a consolidation phase of the market cycle. Um, excuse me. Let's see. Let's take some of these trend lines off so I can show short term where the recent price action is mainly. So right there at the high for this month and pretty much right here in this area. Oh, see, I'm jacking this up. Okay, here. What? Okay. This thing isn't being friendly. Okay. 1.93 approximately. There we go. I think we're a little crooked there, just slightly. Okay. And then we're going to add another trend line here. Okay. So I think I'm gonna make this a different color. No, I don't like yellow. We'll just do purple. Okay, so here's where the price has been trading as of late. So since it entered there on August 9th, it's been pretty much stuck between 1.93 trillion and 1.78 trillion roughly. So short term, looking for a move above or below this area, but also keeping that overall context in mind where there's a larger range of price action that I discussed. So even if the price moves out of this area, overall the sentiment remains the same. You know what I'm saying? But short term, maybe there's some change in sentiment. Um, and that's why it's important to do a top-down analysis because you don't want to lose sight of that overall context when it comes to evaluating whatever ticker you're evaluating. So another area that I would definitely watch, I just drew right there, and I'm just going to make that orange. So this also represents that recent sentiment. And to me, this really spells that, the total market cap is kind of exhausted. So it needs a break. I mean, it's been running since July 21st, and here we are in August, or almost mid-August. So it's been, over 2 weeks where crypto has just been pushing, pushing, pushing. I mean, from roughly slightly below 1.2 trillion market cap to almost 2 trillion. So, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. So it only makes sense that, things would kind of cool off for now. And again, when it comes to consolidation, things could go either way. So, be looking for other signs to tell you, which way this thing can go. And it can consolidate for any given period of time. So, me personally, I'd probably be looking to see, when it pushes down toward or fades down toward support, maybe going long on some positions. You know what I'm saying? As far as helping my trading, getting a sense for, where the market is moving overall. So maybe I'm definitely gonna do some observations of that to see if that is that can be substantiated from the raw data. But yeah, so keeping an eye on this momentum on the daily chart as well. It's starting to weaken, so it makes sense that this thing would consolidate. But like I said, look for other signs for this thing to make a move again. And again, that could go up or down. But anyway, for you crypto, crypto heads, crypto aficionados, crypto enthusiasts, whatever you want to call yourself, let me know what you think. I definitely make no claims to be an expert in all things crypto. I have no hesitation about admitting that my comfort zone is in the stock market. But I know a thing or two when it comes to crypto. Um, just getting into trading crypto. Most of my dealings in crypto is usually just buying and holding, but I'm recently being convinced to learn to appreciate the moving around of your crypto assets to, maximize returns and stuff like that. Shout out to Russell, the crypto archangel. He's been working on me for quite some time, and he's finally convinced me to, okay, get my feet wet with trading crypto. So shout out to Russell Hughes. If you guys don't know him, hit him up, look him up. He's great. He's a very patient guy. Um, Definitely been patient with me, and I'm grateful. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this. Again, if you'd like to see me mark up any other chart or just simply give an opinion about a chart, feel free to leave a ticker or whatever in the comment section, and I will get around to it as soon as I possibly can. But I'll catch you guys in the next episode.